they were talking about if we could get Birkins for the Hermes store, and they was also saying how we depreciate the value of a Hermes Birkin. What the it just makes you want to be like, it just makes you want to brag like, you know who you're talking to, but no, I'm not even going to take it there.
Bags carefully handcrafted in China. The viral TikToks from Chinese factory workers. The internet is now in a frenzy over claims that some of the most iconic designer bags are actually born in the...
A lot of requests, do Hermes next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Made in China. Or maybe made in Italy. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, but...
There's a long-standing rule in luxury fashion. When scandal hits, stay quiet. Say nothing, let it pass, and hope the headlines fade before the profit margins do. For decades, this tactic worked. High-end brands could dodge controversy by simply ignoring it. But the world has changed. Consumers in 2025 aren't the same eager buyers they were 10 years ago. People have become sharper, more aware, and far less forgiving. They demand honesty. And when they sense something isn't right, they speak up and loudly. That's exactly what happened when rapper and fashion icon Cardi B called out Hermes, the French luxury house known for its exclusive Birkin bags. Her words weren't just a casual remark or a clout-chasing move. They touched a nerve. She spoke what many were already thinking, but hadn't said out loud. Luxury isn't feeling so luxurious anymore. What used to feel special owning something rare and refined now feels more like falling for a trick. A $25,000 bag made on a fast-moving factory line under harsh fluorescent lighting loses its magic. The price tag stays high, but the mystery vanishes. What's left is just overpriced leather with a fancy logo stamped on top. Hermes used to thrive on exclusivity. You couldn't just walk into a store and buy a Birkin. You had to be invited. The process felt more like being inducted into a secret club than making a purchase. But that illusion is fading fast. Now, rumors of mass production and insider leaks are swirling, making people question whether the whole brand is just smoke and mirrors. Cardi B stepping away from Hermes isn't just a personal choice, it's a cultural shift. This is the same woman who helped bring the Birkin back into the spotlight, especially for younger buyers. She made it trendy again. So if even she says the brand isn't worth it anymore, it's a clear sign that the company has lost touch. And she's not the only one. Other celebrities and influencers are slowly turning their backs on Hermes too. It's subtle, but noticeable. You see fewer posts flaunting Birkins. More people are choosing vintage pieces, supporting independent designers, or highlighting sustainable brands instead. The question hanging in the air is simple: what does luxury even mean now? For brands like Hermes, which built their name on tradition, secrecy, and status, that question is becoming dangerous. They look stuck in the past while the world moves on. No, this isn't the sudden death of Hermes. Legacy brands don't vanish overnight. But we are watching something important unravel. Piece by piece, a carefully crafted image is breaking down. And it's happening publicly on social media, in viral videos, and through honest confessions from people who once worshipped the brand. Today's buyers want more than hype. They want transparency. They want to know that a $20,000 bag is worth the price, not just in materials, but in ethics, craftsmanship, and purpose. If a brand can't prove that, then the price tag feels like a scam. Unfortunately for Hermes, Cardi's call-out came at the worst possible time. Behind the scenes, the brand was already struggling. Financial reports showed that growth was slowing. In the Asia-Pacific region, a key market for luxury goods sales barely increased by 1.2%. Analysts had expected more than triple that. For a company known for outperforming even during economic dips, these numbers raised alarms. So what did Hermes do? Instead of facing the issue head-on, they chose a familiar path: raise prices. Starting May 1st, the brand announced yet another price hike. Officially, it was described as part of their growth strategy. But according to industry insiders, this wasn't growth, it was panic. The plan was simple: if sales are slowing, raise the price to maintain the illusion that demand is through the roof. But this trick doesn't work anymore. Buyers, in 2025, see through it. They're not impressed. They're frustrated. On platforms like Twitter and Reddit, the backlash was immediate and harsh. One tweet summed it up perfectly: "You're raising prices but giving us less." This isn't luxury. It's a money grab. And people aren't just angry, they're walking away. Because if demand were truly so high, Hermes wouldn't need to manufacture scarcity. Real demand doesn't need smoke and mirrors. It speaks for itself. The signs are everywhere. All around the world, something strange is happening inside Hermes boutiques: silence. These stores, once buzzing with VIP customers and velvet ropes, now sit eerily quiet. Staff members stand around with little to do. Foot traffic has dropped. TikTok users are even recording themselves casually walking into flagship stores. No appointment, no waitlist, and sometimes not a single other customer in sight. It's a shocking sight for those who remember when getting a Birkin meant jumping through hoops. Now, reports say that even first-time visitors are being offered Birkins on the spot. No purchase history needed. No games. Just a bag. This isn't how it's supposed to be. The Birkin was never just a purse. It was a badge of honor. You had to earn it, or so they told us. Now, it feels like a clearance item. And when something once considered priceless becomes easy to get, it loses the very quality that made it valuable: its rarity. So what does Hermes do? Their response is more of the same. Another price increase. Another attempt to keep up appearances. But the internet isn't buying it. As one viral post said, this isn't inflation. This is trying to look expensive when you're not. It's like spraying perfume in a room full of rot. The smell might be nicer for a moment, but the underlying problem doesn't go away. In fact, it becomes even more obvious. These days, luxury buyers expect proof. They want to know where their items come from. They want ethical practices. They want honesty. And Hermes isn't providing any of that. Instead, they stay silent, hoping the noise will go away. But it won't. On Reddit, users are tearing apart the Hermes mystique. On TikTok, creators are putting factory footage next to circus music and comparing Birkins to cheaper knockoffs. Some videos show a $20,000 Birkin next to a $200 bag made in China, and the difference is barely noticeable. The reactions are scathing. This isn't luxury. It's marketing. I paid for heritage and got mass production. This brand fooled us. Collectors who once dreamed of owning a Birkin are now posting regretful videos. Some say they saved for years, believing they were buying into history. Now, they feel like they paid for a dream that never existed. Influencers who used to proudly display their Hermes collections are deleting posts or even apologizing for promoting a fantasy. This isn't just criticism, it's a full-on movement. And people aren't asking for apologies, they're demanding answers. They want receipts, literally and figuratively. Where was the bag made? How much did the workers earn? Was this really crafted by artisans, or was it just pumped out of a factory? Hermes hasn't just been criticized. It's been exposed. And the damage is spreading. Because this scandal isn't only about Hermes, it's about luxury itself. Cardi B may have spoken first, but the reaction was instant. Her words lit a match. Social media poured gasoline. And now, the fire is blazing. She wasn't just another rich celebrity showing off a fancy bag. She was the reason Birkin prices soared again. Every time she wore one, people noticed. Waitlists grew. Resale values climbed. So when she publicly turned her back on the brand, it hit hard. Suddenly, Hermes didn't look desirable. It looked desperate. Influencers panicked. Resellers rushed to offload their stock. Bags that once sat in glass cases like art pieces now looked like overpriced props. One influencer nailed it. It's not a flex anymore. It's a red flag. And that kind of shift isn't something a brand can spin with a PR statement. YouTubers who once praised Hermes are now publishing exposés. Titles like My $28,000 Mistake, How Hermes Duped Us All, and Why I Quit Luxury Fashion are racking up millions of views. Even celebrities who once worked with the brand have gone quiet. The elite circle that once made Hermes feel untouchable is slowly disappearing. And that's the problem. Luxury doesn't just want celebrity support, it depends on it. Without that star power, the illusion breaks. Right now, Hermes is surrounded by whispers. But those whispers are getting louder every day. The brand is at a crossroads. It has two choices: change or become irrelevant. Today's shoppers don't care about boutique politics or mystery. They care about truth. Show us the value. Prove the price makes sense. Let us see who made it, where it was made, and why it's worth it. But Hermes isn't saying a word. No explanation, no accountability. Just another price increase. Meanwhile, TikTokers are uploading videos showing similar bags being produced in Chinese factories right next to low-end brands. Other luxury houses are adapting. Gucci is focused on ethical sourcing. Prada is investing in trackable materials. And Louis Vuitton is becoming more transparent. But Hermes, they're acting like it's business as usual. But this isn't just bad press. It's a total shift. In luxury, everything depends on how people perceive you. And once they believe your image is fake, they stop seeing your brand as a dream and start seeing it as a warning sign. Let's come full circle. Hermes built its empire on exclusivity, silence, and mystery. But the internet has turned on the lights. And what we're seeing isn't so glamorous. Sales are slowing. Stores are empty. Celebrities have moved on. Resale prices are dropping. And influencers have given up the act. The fantasy of Hermes as the gold standard of fashion? It's fading. Not because of one comment, but because millions of people are all saying the same thing. Cardi B didn't just exit quietly. She made a statement. She reminded us all that if luxury doesn't have truth behind it, then it's just packaging and hype. So now we ask, can Hermes survive this? Maybe. But a better question might be, should it? Because if the craftsmanship is questionable, if the celebrities are ashamed, if the value is crumbling, and if the internet is mocking the brand, then really, why are people still paying $20,000 for a handbag? Or perhaps the answer has always been there. Luxury was never about quality. It was about the story we convinced ourselves to believe.